Hi, I'm Joe James, and in this video I'm going to give you a short introduction to Python's simple graphics program called Turtle. Let's dig in and start writing some Turtle code. So the first thing we need is an import statement. So we're going to import Turtle as TT. Then every method we call in the Turtle class, we're going to precede it with a TT dot. So TT.circle is basically calling a circle function within the TT class or the Turtle class. And we're going to pass him one parameter, which is the diameter of our circle. So this is all we need to do to run our first Turtle program. It's that simple. And you can see we get a circle with a radius of 100. However, the window just closes up right away. So if we want to stop that window from closing, we need to have a done statement at the end here. So let's add this tt.done, and that will hold the window open for us. We'll run that again. You'll see we draw our circle, it stops, and it stays open. Now if we want to fill that circle, we can just use tt.beginFill, and then everything we draw in between the begin fill and end fill will be filled up. So let's run this again. You see it draws a circle, it finishes the draw, and then it paints the circle black. So the fill, an open and close tag, everything in between it is going to be filled. Now if we just want to draw a straight line, we can use tt.forward. Now when the turtle starts out, it's pointing to the right. So forward means it's going to move to the right of our screen, or 0 degrees basically. And it's going to move forward 100 pixels. So that's our straight line. Let's close this. And now we can make a left-hand turn, 45 degrees. This is in degrees. And then we can draw forward another 100. So let's run this. And you can see we draw forward 100, and then we left turn 45 degrees, and we draw forward another 100 pixels. Now look, we can also get the position of the cursor, the current position, in the form of a tuple, and we can print that out using the tt.pose. And you'll see we drew that, and then our current position of the cursor is 170.7 and 70.7. So that's the xy coordinates of the cursor after drawing those two lines. Now we can make a simple while loop to draw a shape using multiple lines. And here we'll go forward 200 and then turn left 144 degrees. Go forward 200, left 144, and we'll keep doing that until we get back to our start position. So before we start the loop, we set start position equal to the current position, which is center of the screen. And then each time through the loop, we'll check if the current position minus the start position is within 1 pixel. So in other words, we're 1 pixel from where we started or less. And when we reach that point, we'll break. And we can see we get a 5-point star. How did we get a 5-point star? Well, a straight line would be 180 degrees in the opposite direction, but we turned 144 degrees. Why 144? Well, let me think. 180 divided by 5 points in our star is 36 degrees. So 180 minus 36 gives us a 144 degree turn. So when you see the turn here, that's 144 degrees, which basically gives us a 36 degree angle here for the star points. So look, now if we want to paint the middle of the circle, the star, we can just add back in our begin fill and our end fill statements. Now we can see when the star is drawn, it'll be filled up at the end. What we can do next is randomize how we're getting our size and angle. So let's try this. So here we actually have size equals randint between 40 and 300. So a side of the star could be anywhere from 40 to 300 pixels, and it's going to be randomly generated integer. And then next to angles, we could use right now we're using 144. So we could use 144, 150, 157.5, 160, and 165, and we could randomly sample one of those. And then that would give us, each time we run this, we would get a different number of points on our star. Some of these multiply out to 5 points on the star, some of them a whole bunch of other points. So let's put, instead of 200 for our size, let's just put this randomly generated size in here. And then for angle, instead of 144, let's just put our randomly generated angle. We need to add our import, and then let's run this and see how that works. Now we get a random size of star and also a random number of points on it. There we got a whole bunch of points on that star. And if we ran the program again, we're going to get a different number of points and a different size. This is still a big one. And it looks like a similar number of points. Anyway, this is randomly done now. Now instead of having just a black star, we could actually randomize the color as well. So let's try that. Ooh, here's a whole bunch of colors I found. I just picked some HTML colors. It's just a list of colors. And inside the list is actually a list of tuples because we need a line color and a fill color. So each one of these is a tuple with line and fill color, and I've got probably like 6 or 8 of these. Now let's randomly select one of these colors for our shape. We'll insert some code here to do that. We're going to have a variable called color that's going to randomly select one of these tuples, and then we're going to set the color using tt.color. It's a very simple command, tt.color. And then this color 0 is going to give us the first item in the tuple for the line, and the second item for the tuple is going to be the fill color, and that's the color of 1. So the first line just randomly selects a tuple. The next line calls the color function in the turtle class and sets the colors for the line and the fill. Now we're getting a different line color and a different fill color, as you can see, and it'll be randomly done each time. Now we have random size, random angles, and random fill color and line color. And the last thing we're going to randomize is the location. So we can put it anywhere in our canvas. So let's get a random x and y value to position the shape on our canvas at a different position each time. So we'll get x position is random int between -200 and +200, and y position is a random int between -200 and +200. That will give us a pair of random integers there between negative and +200. Now to set the location of the cursor to a different random location each time, we need to do tt.pu, which is pen up. It's going to lift the pen to relocate the cursor. And if the pen is off of the pad, then when we move the cursor, it won't draw a line. And then we'll put the pen back down, PD, pen down, after we're done moving the pen. And in between here, we set the position to X position and Y position. And oops, we don't need this. So let me delete that. We already have that down here. So that will do it. Let's see how our random location is working. Now we're getting random size, random color, random location. Great. The next thing we'll do is this entire program, with the exception of the done statement, we can indent it by 1 and put that inside of a function. So I'm going to call a function called def draw. And then down here at the end, we'll call our draw function. Okay, let's run that. Make sure it works. Still working fine. I'm going to close that up. We're going to move on. Lastly, we can put our draw call inside of a for loop. So we can execute a number of different shapes here. We'll just say 3. We can do for I in range 3, we'll draw 3 shapes, and each time the pen size is going to change. So we're going to set the pen size equal to I mod 3. That will give us a thicker line, and then draw. Let us run this program, and we should get 3 random shapes with random color, random everything. So now we have a randomized 3 different shapes that we can draw. I encourage you to play around with Turtle if you want to do more drawing. There's some pretty cool artistic stuff you can do with it. It's a great starting tool for kids to learn programming and get them interested in it so they can actually see stuff done on the screen. This is really just a short introduction to Turtle. It has many other functions and stuff you can do with it. I'll post the code on my GitHub site. I hope you'll download it and try it out. That concludes this video on Turtle. I hope this was helpful for you. If so, please click the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm Joe James. Thanks for watching.